Here we have verse 15 of the 11th chapter, the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has been giving extended discussion about John the Baptist, concluding with the idea that was probably the most dramatic and maybe unexpected to his hearers, that this was in fact the predicted Elijah, who Malachi, of course, said would come before the great and awesome day of the Lord. And Jesus now specifically identifies John the Baptist as this Elijah character. Many at the time, of course, thought Elijah would actually come back in literal fact. He'd been taken up in a chariot, and some thought he was, as it were, in orbit, and was going to come back before the Messianic age. And Jesus now clarifies that, making it quite clear in the preceding verse that he himself, John the Baptist, is this one that was anticipated. But then Jesus seems to contemplate how hard that would be for some to accept. Literalists among them who wanted to press Malachi to the idea that this would in fact be the actual Elijah of the Old Testament. He adds this cautionary word, so ho. This is the article, masculine, singular, nominative, and then ekon, present active participle from echo. I have. The participle, of course, you typically add ing to whatever the verb is, so the having one would be the notion. So this is masculine, singular, nominative, the subject of the sentence, the having, and then ota from us is the word for ear. This is the plural. It's the accusative plural of this neuter noun. So the having ears, one, be the idea, and then ekuato. This is the present imperative, third person singular, usually brought over idiomatically into English as let him hear. So the having ears one, let that one hear. Allowing that not everybody had ears to hear. Some were not willing to accept what Jesus was saying, but those who had the ears to hear, the eyes to see, in other words, that idea that they were going to be the ones who would understand and embrace the teaching that Jesus had just given concerning John the Baptist.